Mike Moore Media.
On the media line, our mayor in Eden, Neville Hall. Mayor, hey, welcome back.
Thank you, Mike.
Let's get an update on things around the city since we last talked. Maybe just tell us what's happening with COVID-19. Anything we need to pass along to the citizens?
Well, right off the bat, unfortunately, there's been a decision made to cancel all the city events that were in April, May, and early June. This is obviously a result of the shelter-at-home order by Roy Cooper, and then we considered the governor of Virginia's shelter-in-place too, or shelter-at-home, because so many of the events we have draw from both states. And unfortunately, a couple of those events that got canceled. One was a Hispanic Heritage Day, and then Grown and Gathered, and the Piedmont Pottery Festival, which is a very popular festival that we've had for many years. But we just decided it would not be worth risking the safety of the people who are participating in the festival and coming to enjoy it. So,
yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah, well, it's a shame, but so many things have been canceled everywhere. But yeah, you're right. The Piedmont Pottery Festival, lots of folks always attending that event. But it's a different time now, though, isn't it, for everything?
Well, yeah, definitely it is now, and I'm hoping that once this thing is passed and we get back to some sort of a new normal, that these events that we are able to get on the schedule, that people will appreciate and attend even more. Like, for instance, right now the Oink and Ale Festival that's downtown, that's on the schedule right now for June the 20th, and they're moving ahead with planning for that. We're hoping that the restrictions are lifted, and then the July 25th Shagging on Fieldcrest event that always draws a big crowd is being planned and remains on the schedule. So once we get through a couple of months and we get into some summer months, hopefully these events will start to pop back up. It just takes months and months of planning and finding sponsorships to get these events put together, and you just, until you know that you're going to be able to have it, then it's really hard to make the planning successful for these.
Sure, yeah. Well, of course, we're looking at May 9th. I think that's the date the governor has set, that things can get reopened in a lot of ways. So that will help determine some things, too, for the future.
Yeah, I mean, I'm hoping that the cases are continuing to decrease, and then the governor and the federal government makes decisions that allows the municipalities to get back into business.
Yeah. Well, it is not business as usual, that's for sure. But I was just on the new Facebook page for Explore Eden NC. That just went up last week, I believe. First time I checked it out. Oh, it looks great, Mayor. And people can go there and get a lot of updated information because there are some good things that are happening, and it's right there on the Facebook page.
Yeah, there's always things being updated and try to make this a more enjoyable place to live, and that Explore Eden is definitely the site to go to find all sorts of things. And there's a new flyer on there about the many public art spaces that we have that are available that are open, and you can go to those and right now and take a walk and look at the things that have been added to throughout the city as public art spaces that we get asked for, to do things to help beautify the city, and these are items that will make Eden a unique place and hopefully draw some visitors from outside of Eden too.
Yeah. Well, we've had some nice days, lots of folks getting out and about, and on the Smith River Greenway especially, lots of families using that, and they can check out the new butterfly trail there and the visitor, the otter sculpture. So, yeah, we can get out. We should be getting out and enjoying the nice weather, some good days ahead, and enjoy the public art and some of the things around the city, that's for sure.
Yeah, that you mentioned the butterfly trail. That's a really unique special place for people to go and enjoy. It's got 50 butterflies throughout the trail, and you can stop at the picnic shelter at the beginning of the trail, and there's a little black mailbox on the wall that's facing the river, and you can take out a little card, and it's got each of the species of butterflies that you should be able to find nestled throughout the trees, and then you can just walk through there, and it's a flat walk. It's pretty easy. Right now the butterfly trail ends at what you'll find is the bridge.
Mm-hmm.
It's where we put a metal bridge in a few years ago. So if you're taking a little kid or a young one there, and you're doing it just for the butterflies, you can turn around there at the bridge and head back the other direction and see more butterflies. But of course, you're welcome to walk all the way through. But if you're just doing it to find the butterflies, and that bridge is just about halfway through the trail, and there's not really any hills of significance. So pretty much anybody could get down there, and you'll actually pass before you get to that bridge. You'll pass the sunflower field that we'll be planting in the next couple of weeks.
Mm-hmm.
It was a big hit last year. It was a photo spot. So
oh yeah,
I think we'll have that back up here by the end of late summer. And those are things that, although the city's closed to visitors at City Hall, these parks and trails are open for business, and we encourage people to use them.
The work started this week at Matrimony Creek Nature Trail too. So, how long before that will be reopened, Mayor?
Well, the word I got, and who knows what this means, was we will reopen soon.
Okay, all right, coming soon.
Yeah, yeah,
okay.
That could be when you're working outside and you're working with nature. It could be any kind of time frame, but everybody knows what an asset that was to the west side of town, and it got a lot of use, and it's on the sewer fallout lines. The city has to maintain that area anyway.
Mm-hmm.
It was just a great fit to make it into an additional trail, because we're trying to get connectivity with all the trails and sidewalks and things, and have something over on that side of town for a walking trail. So we're excited to get it back, and hopefully we can go a couple years without a 100-year flood that we had two of in the last year.
Right, yeah. That's interesting, yeah. I knew when I asked that question that was probably going to be challenging there, but okay. But the crews are on that now, and hopefully soon we'll be able to get back on it. I love that trail. Yeah, and I mentioned the Explore Eden NC Facebook page. It does have some pictures of some coming businesses and things like that, so please check that out. Let's talk about your meeting tomorrow, an executive session, because we're getting closer to a new city manager for Eden.
Indeed, we are. We're finally getting down to the end of this road. It's been a long, difficult process with the COVID-19 changing all sorts of schedules, but we've, with the help of the selection company that we're using, we've narrowed it down to 5 candidates that are being interviewed virtually at this point, and then we'll be selecting a handful, well, not a handful, 1 or 2, possibly 3 to actually bring in for a face-to-face interview if that's legal and anytime soon, and then hopefully making a selection and getting a new city manager in place within the next couple of weeks, we hope.
Yeah, okay. Within the next couple of weeks.
Terry Shelton, who's acting as interim city manager, has done a fantastic job just holding us together through this, and we really appreciate what he's done. But I know he's ready to not have that responsibility. He had already retired one time, so
yeah,
he's had a lot on him, and it's budget time, and that's a special skill to make a budget that big, and he's learning as he goes on his first one, and he's worked hard on that. So we really appreciate having him there, but we're excited about getting started with the new full-time city manager.
Sure. Let's talk about that budget that Terry's been working on, in case people weren't in on the last Eden City Council meeting, the virtual meeting you had earlier this month, because it looks like you're going to continue for now, at least maybe a couple of months into the new fiscal year, with the existing budget.
Right. For the operational side, we'll put a hold on big expenditures. The reason is we don't know what the revenues will look like. We depend so heavily on sales tax as one of our sources of revenue, and obviously with these businesses that are closed, sales tax is going to take a hit in the months to come. So it just made sense to just not. I mean, you're trying to adopt a budget and you don't really have any idea what your revenue side's going to look like. So we just decided to just assume that the operating side is going to remain close to the same or the same and it's not for the whole year. It's just until we get the businesses back open and hopefully find out sooner rather than later what the actual economic impact was. So, and find out what resources are available from the state and the government to help us offset some of these losses that we're going to have. And then once we have an idea of what kind of damage has been done, then it would make sense to try to propose a budget that you can balance based on that income when nobody has any idea right now what it's going to look like.
Yeah, hard to do a budget when you don't know what the numbers are. And by then, the new city manager will be in place, and that will be a good situation. Yeah, welcome to Eden, to that individual. Okay, yeah. Okay, well, that kind of gives us an update on a number of things there. And I know you're awfully busy, a lot of things going on too, but is there anything else we need to mention, Mayor, before we finish up?
I just would like to mention that tomorrow is the first day of May, and it is also the first day of our new police chief, Clint Simpson's promotion into the role of police chief. And we have Greg Light, he's officially retiring tomorrow, and he's been a wonderful chief for us for the last several years, and we hate to see him go, but excited for his retirement. And he just has done, like I said, a wonderful job, and I wish him well in his retirement. And we have a great succession plan in place with the police department, so I'm expecting things to go on as smoothly as they have been, and excited for Clint. And John Edwards will be the deputy chief, and then Paul Moore's also gotten a promotion, so it should be a smooth transition that is official tomorrow. Greg had some comp time and vacation time built up, so he hasn't actually been coming into work for about the last 3 weeks, but tomorrow is actually his official retirement date.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Wish him well.
Yeah, I'm glad. I read that story last week, and I'm glad you reminded me. I need to do an update tomorrow. Yeah, and it's interesting. All three of those, all four of those men, now that we think about it, have had a lot of experience, many years with the Eden Police Department, haven't they?
Yeah, that's something that I've noticed. Well, since I've been the mayor, we've had numerous retirements within the police department, but it seems like once every month, I'm swearing in a new policeman or policewoman, and I tell them when I do the swearing in, so if you look around at the staff that's standing around here that are the leaders, they all most of them started at the bottom of the Eden Police Department. And I think that's a testament to the family atmosphere that they have within the Eden Police Department, that they understand that they're there, and if they continue to promote and get themselves in promotion position, that they can make it to be the chief at some point. It's just people start and finish their entire career with the Eden Police Department, which is pretty rare for any job, let alone one that's stressful.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're exactly right. Yeah, I've noted that over the years as well. So we're wishing the new team all the best. Chief Simpson, have to get used to that now, that name.
Yeah.
and former Chief Light finishing up tomorrow. And I will say that your police department is media friendly, and I appreciate that whole team and being so accommodating to the media. Yeah,
and I hope that the entire city is. That's one of my goals, is complete transparency, and we love to work with you and get the information out. Y'all do a wonderful job of getting the information out to the citizens. It's not like years ago when everybody got a newspaper every day. It's not the same anymore. The media has evolved as well, so we appreciate what you do.
Well, you're a good communicator in getting that word out with so many different sources as well, many different platforms. And you think back, Yeah, when I moved to Eden in 1972, it was a whole different world.